Drue James here from LearnGuitarInLondon.com, and I'm playing the awesome pop song That's So True by Gracie Abrams. Now for this one you're going to need to grab your capo and put it on fret 1 if you want to play along with Gracie. Obviously if you're singing it and you're doing it a cappella, it won't matter if you don't have a capo or not really, you'll just be singing it slightly lower. So this one I've got a beginner's easy version way of doing it, and then I've got kind of a middle version when you're progressing, getting a little better, then finally the full version that I just performed there at the beginning of the lesson. Let's start learning it. I'm going to teach you the beginner's version first, and we're only looking at 4 chords for the whole piece, 4 chords and the truth. So that's the F major 7 chord. Now this one, with the capo on fret 1, we're index finger on fret 1 on the B string here, middle finger on fret 2 on the G string, and ring finger on fret 3 on the D string. Now you might be thinking, Drue, well you've got a capo there, so why isn't that fret 2? I keep everything in relationship to the capo, so this being 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so with that chord held down using these fingers, you strum the bottom 4 strings. So that's the first chord that you'll need for this, for the beginner's version. The next chord is a really easy change. We're going from this to an A minor 7. So what I'd like you to do is take off that ring finger, leave these two where they are, and just bring this middle finger and lift it up 1 string here. This is called an A minor 7. So we're on fret 1 on the B string and fret 2 on the D string. If you're not sure about the names of the strings, Eddie 8, Dynamite, Goodbye, Eddie, EAD, GBE. Quite an easy way of remembering it. If you strum the bottom 5 strings for this chord, that's the second chord you need. So we've got F major 7. Try to keep that index where it is, if you can, and just move the middle finger up. That's the A minor 7. And the next chord is a G. So the G chord, you can do it, you might know it this way, which is fine, but I like to, especially with beginners, get them to do it this way because it's strengthening the weaker fingers. But if you know it a certain way, the G, then do it this way as I'm doing it. But if you don't and G's just brand new to you, then please do it this way because it's going to feel hard whatever you do in the beginning. So middle finger on fret 2 on the A string, ring finger on fret 3 on the thickest string, and pinky finger also on fret 3 on the thinnest string. So it's a bit of a stretch between these 2 fingers. If you bring your thumb around the back, it just helps you stretch. And that one, if you're going to strum all 6. Okay, so they're the 3 chords that you need. A little later on in the song, you need a C chord, which what you're doing for the C is you go fret 1 on the B string, fret 2 on the D string with the middle finger, and fret 3 with the ring finger, index middle ring, on the A string. And you strum the bottom 5. Okay, so they're the 4 chords that you need for the song. So let's get into it, start playing it, start making it sound like That's So True. So we're starting with our F major 7 and we're going down, 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 down. So that's 6 down strums in total, okay, or 2 sets of 3. Down, 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 down. Then change to the A minor 7, down, 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 just 3 of those, and then to the G, down, 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 okay? So 6 of the Fs, 3 of the A minor 7s, and 3 of the Gs. And that gets you a long way through the song with a beginner's version, especially if you want to sing and play this. That's the one that I recommend to do, rather than going straight away into the full version. Think about your dumb face all that time, think that you dream that you're so fine. Looking at what I done. And the chorus as well, so it works for the whole song. Ooh, and you think a G is so cool. Got a G on your couch and you make it nice. And F major 7, F major 7, A minor 7, G. So you see it gets you a long way through the song, okay? So well done, that's really, really good. There is just one other part of the song that you do need to learn. Excuse me, but I'll just put my music up there. And that's in the bridge where she's singing Make It Out Alive, but I think I lost it, said that I was fine, said it was from my coffin, remember how I died when you started walking. So it's the same F major 7 for the Make It Out Alive. So it's doing this, and then to A minor 7, then to C. Now the good thing about moving from A minor 7 to C is the ring finger just comes up here. So you don't need to put down anything else, just the ring finger. And then that's 3, and then 4 Gs. And that chord sequence repeats. F, and then 2 A minor 7s, 3 Cs. So just to recap there for you, okay? It is 6 of the F, 3 of the A minor 7s, 3 of the Cs, and 3 of the Gs. And that will get you through, and that's the beginner's version, okay? So let's look at taking it a step further. So first of all, with your beginner's chords, what you can start to do is play the full rhythm that the guitarist does on the record. I don't know if it's Gracie or not, to be honest. And that is down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now, I'll slow that down for you, but it's really important that you get that rhythm under your belt, okay? Now, if I do it slow, we'll make sure we've got some arrows on screen there for you. And it's down, up, down, up, down. Up, down, 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 up. One more time. Down, up, 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 down, up. Okay? So really work on that. Do it round in a circle, round in a circle. Just stay with the one chord for now while you're learning it, okay? And as you get better at it, speed it up. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay? So putting it into the context of the song now with the chord changes, we've got down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Again. Then A minor 7. And then G. So that's what you're doing. 2 the Fs with that rhythm pattern. 1 A minor 7 with that rhythm pattern. And 1 G with that rhythm pattern. Once again, that will get you through the whole of the song, okay? Obviously, you need to put in that C part in the bridge that we talked about in the beginner's version, but other than that, it's exactly the same. And with the C, you just do 1. G. Okay, so that is what I would call the middle beginner's version. You've got the rhythm guitar there now, and it's sounding pretty good. Once you get the speed up as well, it really does start to sound like the song. Okay, good. And now let's go to the full version, or what my ears can hear is happening on the piece, which is kind of this sort of thing. So the first adjustment in the full version is that the first chord isn't an F major 7. It's actually an F suspended second, where you put the index finger down on fret 1 on the B and the E string, and the ring and pinky come down locked together on the A and the D string on fret 3. So this is the chord, really lovely chord. The index finger, if you were to put it on fret 2 on the G string, it would give you kind of an F chord, more or less, if we bring this note up over here. But technically, it is a C over F, technically. No, it's not. Hang on. No, it's an F over C, sorry. So anyway, this is a slightly more challenging chord, so I don't recommend giving this chord a go until you're pretty good at the F major 7, okay? And in the tune, there's a hammer-on with the middle finger, so it's only this chord partially. You can hear I'm going... If I just really zone in on that. So that means the middle finger is slapping down onto the G string on the 2nd fret within the strumming. Listen. So in that very first down strum, I'm strumming and hitting with the index finger to create a hammer-on. Good. So adding that in, you get this. So obviously you do it twice, the hammer-on, because we do the F chord twice. In fact, sorry, we do it 4 times, because within the strumming pattern we've got down hammer, up, down, hammer, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, hammer, up, down, hammer, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So technically 4 times, sorry about that. It's not just on the first one, okay? So that gives you a little more depth to the tune. The A minor 7, it's the same thing. And the final chord, it's not technically a G chord from what my ears can hear. Technically, you keep that index finger on fret 1 on the B string, you bring your middle finger on fret 2 on the A string, ring finger on fret 3 on the G string. Hopefully it makes sense now why in the beginning, if you watch the beginning of the lesson, I taught you G this way with middle and ring. And then the pinky finger also on fret 3 on the thinner string. I'm going to call this chord G11 or G add the 11th. Okay, so that gives you this sound, right? Really, really lovely chord, a 4-fingered chord, but quite challenging. So the good thing about this is moving from the A-7 to that chord, you just leave the index where it is, bring the middle up, ring down, and pinky down. So that's the additional chord that I didn't include in the beginner's version. Okay, so the new chords, F major, F suspended second with its hammer on, so the A-7 with no changes, and then this G add 11. And then putting that now with the full rhythm, we get this. Round in a circle. Okay, good. And we're not quite done. There's one other little technique. On the right hand, there's a little bit of palm muting that's happening. So there's kind of this feel. Now, sometimes that's happening in the verses so that I could go and read your mind, and then that's getting released in the chorus. But in the verses, it's being dampened. Now, this is a much more intermediate technique, but you're basically taking this part of the palm of your hand and you're resting it on the strings in places. It's not all the time. It's sometimes there, sometimes not. Rather than... So if you look down on my right hand in this camera, you can see I'm keeping this quite close. It just makes it more percussive. And then you release that when you get into the chorus. Okay, so there you go. There's all my parts of That's So True by Gracie Abrams. Simple 4-chord pop song, but if you take it from like beginner and move it up the levels, it's a really good workout for, yeah, even an intermediate player. Okay, keep on playing. See you again soon.